Welcome back, guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Like we do in every episode, we're going to read some stories today, and they're probably going to be horrifying, but that's okay because they'll also be fun. And with that being said, enjoy, guys. The first one that we're going to read today is on the Am I the A-hole subreddit. Am I the A-hole for refusing to ask my partner to drive my friend to work when I go on maternity leave? I'm currently 7 months pregnant and I give my friend a ride to work. I've been doing this the last year because they lived 3 minutes away from me when I was in my old apartment, and I continued to do the favour when I moved in with my partner. I'm going on maternity leave next month and my friend has no idea how she's getting to and from work. She's been trying to figure it out since I found out that I was pregnant, but she can't drive. There are no driving schools nearby. The closest one is 2 hours away and they have no family to help them. I said I wish I could help more, but giving her rides while I'm on maternity leave and driving with a newborn at 6 a.m. just isn't happening. Today she was suggesting that I ask my partner, my baby's father, if he would drive her. And I said, no, I'm not asking. We have to be at work at 6:30 and my partner had to be at work at 7:30. And we live 10 to 15 minutes away from my friend. And our job is 20 minutes away from his job. And I'm not making my partner wake up earlier than he normally does to get ready for work and then drive my friend to work because she can't find a ride. She made a joke saying that he should because it's his fault that I have to go out of work because he got me pregnant, and as a friend that she would appreciate the favor. I said I wish we could help, but I'm not asking him. She's upset with me because I won't even ask, but I already know that my partner's going to say yes because he has people pleaser tendencies, so I'm making the decision for him. Then she brought up how she wouldn't have taken the job that I helped her get if she knew that she wouldn't be able to carpool anymore. She figured it out when I couldn't give her rides due to illness or appointments, but now I feel like she's trying to guilt me and keeps insisting that I just ask, and she won't drop it. Am I the a-hole? No, not even a little bit, and good on you for having the boundary there, OP. Like, do they want you to do everything for them? Figure it out yourself. Oh my god, how annoying. Like, do you want me to make you breakfast as well and tuck you into bed every night? Find your own bloody way to the job. And the audacity of the bit at the end there when it said then she brought up how she wouldn't have taken the job that I helped her get if she knew that we wouldn't be able to carpool anymore. So now what, the blame is on you? How frustrating. The top comment says, it's so nice to read about somebody who protects their partner from being taken advantage of. Absolutely not the a-hole. And OP said, yeah, he does the same for me, and it's part of the reason our relationship works so well and we don't get overstimulated in our relationship. Yeah, good on you, OP. You did the right thing, definitely. And yeah, 100% the friend is only trying to guilt trip you. Don't let them, OP. Like, they really don't have a leg to stand on. Like, what, are you meant to be responsible for everything in their life? I'm pretty sure they can figure it out. The comment under that one says, you both seem like people pleasers and your friend is so used to taking advantage of you that she has the audacity to expect you to inconvenience your partner so that she can get a ride to the job that she has because of you. Yeah, that's a really good point as well. She has the job because of you, OP. Where's the gratitude for that? You might be the a-hole for asking if you are the a-hole, for not putting yourself and your partner first. That's such a good point. Like, yeah, the friend sounds so entitled and so ungrateful. And yeah, either way, none of it's your responsibility, OP. The next one is also from Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for telling my parent friend that she needs to cook and that's why her daughter isn't eating? My daughter has a best friend since kindergarten and they're in 7th grade. This year, Sarah has gotten quite thin and her mum has come to me saying that she isn't eating. My daughter backed this up and said that she picks at her food at school. I thought it was an eating disorder at the time and I told my friend to take her to the doctor. My friend needed to leave for a work trip this week and asked me to watch over her. No big deal, she'll stay over for the week. The first night I made meatloaf and she ate it. She didn't get sick. The rest of the week, anything I made she would eat, no issue. She even came back for seconds most meals. At the end of the week, she asked me why my food didn't make her sick. Apparently she only eats TV dinners at home, which make her feel like crap. The school food also sometimes makes her feel sick, so she's also cautious about that. My guess is there's an allergen in preservative foods. She needs to get that checked out. I dropped her off and I pulled my friend to the side and I told her everything. I told her that she really needs to cook and take her to get her allergy checked out. She was not happy I said this and basically called me a jerk for overstepping. Am I the a-hole? Should I apologize? No, I don't feel like you were the a-hole, OP. You were looking out for her daughter. Yeah, like this comment says, I'm going to say not the a-hole. I do understand why your friend feels that you overstepped, but it appears to me that you only offered her your observations out of concern for her daughter. Yeah, definitely, and it is concerning about the daughter. No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP, and I don't even feel like the mum's focus should be on herself. The mum should be focused on doing the right thing for her daughter. The top comment says not the a-hole, she isn't eating because the TV dinners are making her sick. The solution is her not eating those TV dinners. That means mum has to cook. Mum got defensive because she knows that she's being a generally crappy parent in this aspect. She can batch cook or crockpot cook or meal kit cook or find fresh pre-made meals. She can't just let her disappointed he was that we were so selfish and careless because we didn't let them come and see their grandson. My mother-in-law even had the audacity to say, I might as well mourn this one too. Oh my god. What a disgusting thing to say. All of this gutted my wife. Yeah, of course. As she just pushed a human being out of her and she was already emotionally exhausted. For the remainder of our stay at the hospital, they refused to come and visit and they wouldn't talk to us no matter what we said. Well, to be fair, who cares? Like, obviously you do care and it's super hurtful, but with the way that they're acting, you don't want to see them anyway. The attitude kept up for the first 2 weeks of our son's life until I forced a confrontation over the phone where we got berated for not keeping them updated enough, not letting them come and invade our space at midnight in the hospital, and making her father-in-law waste a paid time off day. My son was born after he would have gotten off work, so it wouldn't have even made a difference. In the end, I apologized just so my wife could stop stressing, as it was affecting her recovery. So am I the a-hole? I'm pretty sure we know who the a-holes are in this story, OP. Like, the way that your in-laws were acting is revolting, OP. But also, with that being said, I don't really feel like you should have apologized. You know, like, they're not deserving of an apology. Like, after that stuff that the mum said about how she might as well mourn this one too, if I were in your shoes, OP, that would have been the end of it. Like, you say that sort of crap, you're never ever gonna see them. Are you joking? Like, do you even want to be a part of my life, let alone my new child? Like, what a disgusting thing to say. But like you said, you apologize so that your wife could stop stressing about it. That's definitely understandable, but the parents need to be held accountable for that. Like, the last thing that you want them to think is that it's okay to do what they did. Yeah, this comment, the moment that your mother-in-law texted you, I might as well just mourn this one too, is the moment that I would have told her to think very carefully about her next choice of messages. That's being beyond hurtful and completely inappropriate. Yeah, and the comment under that, genuinely unforgivable. Yeah, and it is as well. You're not gonna forget about that. There's a comment here that said you messed up by apologizing, even though you say you were doing it to take stress away from your wife. Really, what's happened is that by apologizing, you admitted that you were wrong and they were right, and that means that you've reinforced their behavior. They're gonna act like this again and again and again. Yeah, and this comment too, I might as well mourn this one too. Those are estrangement level words. Without some level of groveling, I'd personally never want to see them again. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Like, do you want somebody in your life that's gonna say stuff like that? Especially at such a beautiful moment in your life too. Hell no you don't. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole, but her parents sure are. No more apologies to these jerks. Get your wife to counseling so she can learn to stand up to them. Yeah, like, of course you're not the a-hole, OP, but yeah, please don't put up with any more crap from them, OP. Like, if they're acting like this now and they're this controlling and they're this awful, imagine how they're gonna act when your child is growing up. Do you want them to be around your child? Probably not. And if they are gonna be around your child, they need to know that they can't do stuff like this. The next one is also on the Entitled Parent subreddit. We were expecting you to watch our kid. 3-year-old birthday party held recently. It was a kid-themed venue, but not the kind of place that has staff or set up for kids to be dropped off. Invited many of the kids from our little one's daycare, so it's the first time meeting most of the parents. The following exchange happens and still bewilders me when I think about it. In walks Entitled Parents, EP, alongside others arriving, and it goes like this. Entitled Parent, where can we put his bag in case you need anything? Me, confused by the question. Feel free to keep it at any table you choose to sit. Entitled Parent, oh, we're just dropping off our little one. We'll be back to pick him up after the party's done, in 2 hours. I explain that we can't support watching their child and hosting said party. Nobody can be responsible for doing so. They will need to stay. Entitled Parent, he's super simple to watch and you won't have a problem at all. Just call us if there is one. Their kid is a 3-year-old as well. Me, that will not be happening. Once again, we're busy hosting and watching our kid. You need to stay with your child. Entitled Parent, well, I guess he and the gift that we brought will not be able to stay because we have shopping to do. Me, thank you for stopping by. They blankly stared at me, shocked that their threat didn't work. Of course, their kid had a tantrum having to leave so far, so they stayed for the first half of the party. Still walked out with their gift though. Oh darn, one less random Amazon kids toy. Who in their right mind thinks it's okay to drop off a 3-year-old with people that they've never met before, other than a daycare? Yeah, that sucks, and I feel like stuff like this would happen all the time. Yeah, the top comment, this happens more than you think. My youngest is 20 now, but when my kids were young, we all knew which parents were likely to do something like this. And OP said, looking past any concerns about the child, it just seems wildly disrespectful to the parents and the people hosting. Good way for your kids to not get invited to events in the future. I feel bad for the kids. And somebody said, yeah, except some people really shouldn't be having children, but are doing so regardless. Yeah, this one too. I honestly don't remember at what age kids get dropped off for parties, but in no planet is it 3. The one above that too. I think if it was a small at-home party, maybe could see leaving the kid if you knew or talked to the parents first, but at a public place, hell no. The problem that we had when our kids were younger is that we'd invite our child's friend and mum would show up with the friend, but also their 3 other siblings and expect us to keep them all. The first time it happened, I ended up in tears because I didn't have enough goodie bags for all the extra kids. We made sure to be very clear and put our foot down after that. I don't miss those days. Yeah, 100%, and I feel like OP did a good job handling this. Okay, the last one for today is called Am I the Gay Hole for Screaming at My Girlfriend After She Picked the Bathroom Lock While I Was in the Shower? Throwaway account because I have to admit something really embarrassing. I, 24 male, just had a bad fight with my girlfriend Anna, 24 female. We met early in college, started dating 2 years ago, and then moved in together 3 months ago. I always thought we were great together. She's smart and funny. We've had the best talks and have similar views on science and politics. But we moved in together and she got upset because I take long showers. I don't like to talk about it, but I'm a hairy guy. Think Luther from Umbrella Academy. I quit sports when I was 13 because I couldn't deal with what the other guys would say about how much body hair I already had. So I shaved my whole body, and yeah, it does take a while. Anna and I have never talked about my shaving, but she has to know that I shave from feeling the stubble. So Anna started to question me why I spend so long in the shower. I should have just told her, but I was too embarrassed to say that it takes a while to shave. So I said I like to think in the shower. Then yesterday while I was in the shower, she used a screwdriver to pop the bathroom lock and caught me shaving. She put her hands on her hips and told me that I was wasting water, and I yelled at her to get out. She didn't leave and she lectured me more on wasting water, and then I shouted again a lot louder for her to get the F out. It freaked her out and she slammed the door behind her. I was mad and I took a few more minutes to cool down and think about what I was going to say to her. But when I got out, she'd locked herself in the bedroom. I could tell that she had her back against the door and was crying. She said that I scared her and that I showed her that I wasn't the kind of man that she thought I was. I told her that she'd scared me and that it didn't even make sense why she did it because we don't even pay for water in our apartment. She got more upset and said that I didn't even understand the problem because I showed her that I could be violent and abusive and I just needed to leave. I tried to keep calm and I asked her to come out so that we could actually talk about what happened, but she just kept saying that I wasn't who she thought I was and I had to leave. We've argued about ideas but never had a fight before, and I swear I've never yelled or cursed at her before like that. I hate fighting with anybody, and I am normally the more calm person when our friends have things going on. I feel like my whole world just suddenly fell out from under me. I don't think this was my fault, but I also think none of this would have happened if I wasn't so self-conscious about the body hair issue, or maybe if I'd just been honest with her from the beginning and I told her why I take long showers. I'm sure the relationship is over now and things are going to be messed up for a while, but I want to know if I'm the a-hole for causing this whole mess. Wow, okay. So she has the audacity to say what she said after she broke into the bathroom with a screwdriver. What the hell? The top comment says, not the a-hole. She literally broke into your private space to lecture you. She's the one with the issues. And this comment too. Nah, she's blaming you for being upset that she violated your trust and space. She's 100% the a-hole here. Yeah, and for her to get upset and to say, oh, you aren't who I thought you were, and I'm seeing a side of you that I haven't seen before. OP is seeing a side of her that they haven't seen before. There's another comment here that says, not the a-hole. She knew damn well what she was doing. She wanted to make sure that you weren't pleasuring yourself. She figured that she'd catch you at it and be able to scream at you about it. And then once she opened the door, she made up some lame excuse about the water. Yeah, it really does seem like that. Like she was so ready to catch him doing something. And because she was convinced that he was doing something, that in her mind must have justified her picking the lock somehow. Because, oh, OP is definitely in the wrong. Wait until I catch him in the act. And OP wasn't doing anything. Yeah, that's so not okay. And you're not the a-hole, OP. Yeah, that one's really bad. OP also left a comment here that says, hey everybody, I really wanted to say thank you for all the feedback. I've been trying to keep up with the comments and there are more than I ever thought there would be. And I appreciate you guys a lot, especially all the perspective on how to handle invasions of privacy and the need to not be so self-conscious about my issues. I texted Anna early this morning, but I haven't heard anything back yet. I let her know that I was not going to apologize for being upset after what she did, but that I understand that she might have thought something else was going on and that I am open to talk about it if she is. And if she doesn't want to talk about what happened, then we still need to get our living situation sorted out. I'm lucky that I have a friend from high school who also went to the same college, and he's completely fine to let me stay on his couch. But after just a few days, I already miss sleeping in my own bed. Anna didn't message me back today, but I'm sure I'll hear from her soon and I'll be able to figure out whatever's next. I'll definitely be more open about my self-image issues, and I have definitely been wanting to look into laser hair removal so I don't have to shave as much. Until then, I'll figure out ways to shave that don't use so much water. At least I feel like I have things to look forward to once all this is done, however it goes. Thank you all again. Wow, that was unbelievable. Good luck with that, OP. Yeah, okay, that's enough for today. Definitely time to read something wholesome. There should be bloopers at the end of horror movies just to let a person sleep in peace. Wow, that's so true. There really should be. I don't know about you guys, but that stopped me a lot from watching horror movies when I was a kid, because I was scared of how scared I was going to be. Nowadays, it's a little bit better. But yeah, that would be so sick if there was like a blooper reel at the end. Also, the cats are running around at the moment, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. Oh yeah, this one. My grandpa got bitten by a spider and he was really upset, so I went to get some ice cream. But before I could leave the room, I heard him say, at this age, I can't handle the responsibility of being a Spider-Man. That is so so cute. Like, what a legend, for real. Oh no, I can't handle being Spider-Man. That's such a cute and random response. And on that beautiful note, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below, and also like and subscribe. And the comment of the day goes to Sarah. Every time Vincey ends a video, all I can hear is make sure you like and subside. Wow. Like and subside. That's so funny. I need to come up with something different to say. Like and subside. That's amazing. Maybe I should actually start saying that instead. That'd be so funny because you guys probably wouldn't even tell the difference, because that pretty much is what I'm saying. Thank you all for the support though. It really does mean so much to me. And also, I'm sure you've noticed, but in some of these episodes, I've been reading stuff from different subreddits all in the one episode. Let me know down below how you feel about that. I thought that was a pretty interesting way to cover different subreddits a lot. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!